like growing up, I was always dancing at parties and whatnot, but it's like I'm doing like 3 moves at every single party.
What were the 3 moves?
What was it? The one, there's one where it's like you fall down and you come back up and someone has you on a string. Like that one. I did that like I would have like multiple cousins say, "Oh, let's do it this time. It'll be cool." And then like we do it for like 2 seconds and then we dip out because we don't have any other moves.
Oh, that's it.
I think robot was in there. I guess the last of the 3 would be I think it was a crip walk.
You do a crip walk,
but
at a family party.
Know at the time. All I knew is that my feet were moving and it looked cool, and people were like, "Oh, that looks cool."
And were you wearing all blue?
No, not at all. I didn't
gotta
know.
get in my outfit.
I thought that was just the name of the move. I'm like, "Oh, this is cool. Is that what it has a cool name?"
Oh,
to
you didn't
it?
know who the Crips were?
No, I was like, I'm a brown kid, but like at heart, I'm a white kid from Pleasant Hills.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Bro, we've been talking about this for so long.
For the longest time. Before we get into it, let me properly introduce you to the baddies, to the listeners. So real quick, baddies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of ICBTB Podcast, also known as It Can't Be That Bad. Today, I am joined by a very special guest, a homie of mine that I've known for quite a while. He actually makes me look good on like a bi-weekly basis because it's my barber, it's my friend, it's Campos-Bautista, aka Jabba the Barber. What's up, dude? Welcome to the show.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. We've been talking about this for quite a while, and I'm excited that we actually have the time to sit down and do it without you, like, you know, cutting my hair. Like, I'm actually, like, I could look at you now.
Yes, that's fair. Without having you to like look back at me.
I would never, because that would fuck up the cut.
That's fair. I appreciate you being considerate of that. There's some folk that are really big on eye contact, and they don't always think about that. But yeah,
have people like ever, since you're such a good conversationalist, and like it must be necessary for them to make eye contact when you're speaking with them, do they ever actually move and it's just like, and you're just going to be like, "Oh man, that's your fault."
Not necessarily. I've had a lot of clients that are like, "Bro, one sec," and I'm like, "1 sec, what?"
Yeah, what do they do?
And then they'll be like, and then I'll stop. Like, "Is everything okay?" And they'll turn around and then they'll talk to me, and I'm like, I can hear you." Like it's. But to be fair, in the shop that I work at currently, it does get loud in there.
Yeah.
We have like surround sound speakers. We get like 4 Sonos speakers.
Oh, you guys are slapping in
So
there.
we're slapping in there.
Yeah, you guys are but you do a good job of balancing, and like I think I've sat in enough like barber chairs to like never move. You know? Like my mom would always get upset at me when she would cut my hair and if I would move, and like she would blame me for it looking fucked up, but let's be real. My mom just should staying away from clippers.
I mean, you know, my mom cut my hair too. Love her. It definitely taught us how to sit still in the chair.
Yeah.
So, you know, my barber might think otherwise, but I do my best.
Dude, shout out Kayla.
Shout out Kayla, my lovely partner.
Hey.
You're here. She's in the studio.
I'm
She's in the studio.
I'm here. It's a ghost.
So, like, who's the worst? Are kids the worst? Is that like the toughest thing to get past?
Kids are actually not terrible. I think it's, to be fair, I really do enjoy cutting everyone. My whole spiel is I'm a specialist in your haircut. Like, you know, because everybody's different. But I think the tough one, to me, the worst are the ones that don't talk. Because
yeah, what do you say? Or do you just stop talking?
I'll use like maybe 2 or 3 probing questions, just like, okay, like if this will tell me whether or not you want to talk, you know, how was your day today? And like, so, like if I get a good, how was yours? Then I'm just like, oh,
it must be a tough job because not only is the person's hair and like, you know, a person's haircut says a lot about that person and how they feel. Because I know it's like someone said like a guy getting a fresh haircut is like a girl getting her lashes done.
that's fair.
You know, like
That's
if
fair.
a girl gets like, I don't know, Melissa, you used to do lashes. You used to put on some lashes. What does it feel like to have like some good lashes? She's giving me a thumbs up. And that's exactly what a fresh cut does.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like if I haven't had like a haircut in a long time, I feel like I gained so much weight. And then like after,
I guess. So the only reason I give the I guess answer is just because, like, the way I do my haircuts is just so that people can, like, your haircut's gonna look good no matter how long ago you got your haircut.
What did you want to be when you were a kid? Is this like where you saw yourself at like doing this?
Oh, here we go. The first one I can think of is when I was a kid, I really wanted to play football. And I got to do that, so I guess it changed over time. And then the follow-up one was I just wanted to have fun. I didn't care what it was. I could do anything, whether that was, I mean, I do a few things now, but cutting hair is fun. I teach at the barber school or beauty school, and they have a barbering program, so that's fun. I don't know. We've talked about music and stuff, and I like singing. I like writing. Kind of just creative stuff.
If there was one thing though, let's say
like what was it as a
at
kid?
gunpoint, you're just in an alley, and like the mugger was just like, "It's one thing. I know you're a barber. I know you like to sing. I know you like sports. What is it?"
Oh gosh, it's not even a job. When other people were like, oh, I want to be a policeman or a firefighter, I was like, I don't know, I want to be Spider-Man. Like,
that's so valid. What do you mean?
That was it.
That's so cute. That's good. I
mean,
wanted to be a
true.
priest.
That's fair.
And then you find out what some priests do, and then you find out that they can't fake. And then you're just like, all right, I don't want to be a priest.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Right when I heard that, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I was like, you get to wear the collar at church.
Right.
You get unlimited bodies of Christ.
There you go.
You get to drink all the wine in the world.
That's a good point.
No, but Spider-Man was, that's a dope answer.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I in all honesty, I really just wanted to help people, and I thought like Spider-Man was the coolest. Like, he's not in a great situation at all times, like he's fighting with his demons at home, like his on his own person, but I think he's just trying to help others, and I don't know, I liked that.
Did you think other superheroes were trash in comparison? Was he like way up there?
As a kid, oh yeah, I would fight you about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like if someone was just like, nah, fuck Spider-Man, it's all about Iron Man.
I think,
or the Hulk.
I don't know, I would just be like, listen to yourself. Like
listen to yourself. I mean, damn, that's hurtful.
I mean, I like the Hulk. I too like the Hulk. I like Wolverine, Captain, all those Marvel guys. That was kind of my thing, but I didn't really have anything against the other ones, because even at the time, I thought that they were really cool in their own respect, but I don't know, it wasn't the same key attribute, call it personality trait. Like, yeah, I don't know.
You liked what? How quirky Peter Parker was?
I think quirky, and then just like making best with what he had. There'd be I don't know. If you look at all of his major enemies, it's like, dude, you could get scraped, but just with the right attitude, he'd come at it of a perspective of, I'm gonna do my best, and my best is gonna be good enough.
Wow, that's such a wholesome perspective, because I would never be thinking about that as a kid. I'm just thinking like, who looks the coolest, who is the biggest.
Yes,
like the Hulk. The Hulk was a big boy.
There was a few. The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing.
Another big one.
You're much more of a Marvel fan than you are a DC fan.
I can name all of the Marvel stuff. I think, to that question, I think someone gifted me like a Superman shirt for Christmas. Oh, yeah. And I donated it immediately.
That's fucked up, dude. That's a gift, man. Did you pretend to like it at least when you received it?
It was from like one of the extended family ones that like you don't really see them in it from time to time. And my thing too is like, I don't want to represent anything I don't know about.
Did you want to be so you obviously wanted to be a superhero. Did you think it was real? Like, did you think you could get bit by like a cockroach and be cockroach man?
I didn't.
Which would be the worst insect to be bit by. Like, fuck.
Yeah, no, that would suck. Just get hit a whole bunch of times and then like...
Dude, if you're a cockroach though, like, yeah, you could survive through anything.
Yeah, I learned recently that they have like 20 brains or something.
Shut
like
the
that.
fuck up.
So that's why when you stomp on it and you like kill like part of it, like there's other parts. There's like at least like...
What do you mean?
Well, there's... So, we have our brain, like, and like, okay, if someone squishes our brain, we're done.
Yeah.
Like if you stomp its head, it has like other parts of its body that can still.
Does it regenerate its head?
I wouldn't say it regenerates, but it is still cognizant enough to be able to like, okay, let's hide. Okay, let's look
Dude,
for.
okay, so as gross as that is, honestly, if you were Cockroach Man,
That'd be kind of dope.
yeah, you could survive through anything. You know, like you get shot in the head
Resilient.
once, you got 19 other brains in your stomach.
There it is.
Yeah. Did you wish that being that superheroes were real?
I knew that they weren't, but I think so this is
Smart
where
kid.
this is where the Batmans and the Iron Mans are cool because they're just normal people. Normal people that are like loaded.
Normal rich people.
Normal rich people that like, oh yeah, I'm gonna learn how to fight and create these weapons and like, you know, for the most part, protect the best interests of the public.
Did you ever hear about like how there's like real normal people that dress up and try to be the vigilante of their towns, and so they'll get into
Yes, I
like
have.
bar fights.
And it's like, I don't know. It's like you can't do that, bro. Like,
I
what
mean,
are
you
doing?
can't, but come on, you got to respect the guy for like looking in the mirror in his apartment before he steps out, and he.
I guess. I don't know, man. Like I don't like. Yeah, no, it's not happening.
What else were you into growing up? Like, yeah, like what eventually was Jason's journey that brought him to where he is now?
I think a big part of my journey was playing football, playing youth football. A lot of it was like I feel like that's a lot where a lot of my character was built. I really enjoyed like the team aspect. I liked the camaraderie. I liked the all working toward a common goal. I liked the accountability. It's like, hey, you didn't do this. Like, you know, what happened? Or, hey, we all did great. Look what happened, you know? It kind of made a lot more things like black and white. What I mean when I say that is just to bring it to like, at the time, it was football in school. So hearing kids be like, I don't know why my grades are so bad. I'm like, oh, well, did you do your homework and your classwork? No. Are you behaving in class? No. I'm like, I don't know what you're expecting, you know, but I think that definitely helped with the football stuff. And then also seeing how different teammates and coaches alike delivered messages. I learned a lot that it's not necessarily what you're hearing. It's how you hear it, like how people make you feel.
You were learning this as a kid?
I would say so for sure.
Wow.
For sure. Because there's some coaches that were just like, oh, we're here to hit people and, you know, hoorah. And I'm just like, all right, man, like that's cool. But there's a difference between that and like, hey, guys, like let's make sure we're taking care of our teammates.
Wow, you were so like emotionally adept and kind of like strategically adept that young as a kid. Because I'd be the kid that I would want to hear at like 6 years old. If I were to get into football,
Yeah.
I'd want the coach that would tell me like we're gonna fuck these kids up, you know.
And mind you, I also liked that, but
Like a sprinkle of it.
There needed to be both. Like you can't just, I don't know. It didn't make it attractive.
Was there another sport that you're interested in if it wasn't football as a kid?
I guess it's kind of different. I wouldn't call it a sport necessarily, but
Depends on how you play.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really like theater. Theater was fun.
You did theater as a kid?
Yeah, I was in the was it third or fourth grade? In the fourth grade, I played Charlie in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I was the main character.
Was it a musical?
Yeah.
Wow, they made musicals of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, and it was funny. I always think of it just because I was a bigger Filipino kid, and then they had someone that was playing Augustus Gloop. It was like a skinnier white kid,
Dude.
and I was just like, I'm like, dang, this is kind of crazy.
Oh, and you were aware of that. You're like,
and I was super aware. I was like,
kid's eating all the chocolate.
I was like, maybe I should be. And like, there were scenes where I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten in months, and I'm just like, this does not seem true.
Where Augustus, where you would say that?
Yes, and I'm just like,
Dude, yeah. Charlie was supposed to be like a very poor kid.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I really liked. I think just like the production side of it, and like how gung ho everybody was about it. In that, like, oh, we made a whole set, and check out my outfit, and I'm gonna sing this part to the best of my ability, and it's going to coincide with everybody else's parts as well, and it's going to be a great production. It's going to be cool. So I think I really liked that. Again, more teamwork and camaraderie at that. And it involved I don't know if dancing is the right word, but just like
there's a lot of choreography.
Choreography for sure. But yeah, man.
Oh, dude, and that's a whole other thing that you do too is dance.
Yeah, here and there.
So yeah, I mean, like, where did that begin? Like, because like if you're starting off, it's such because you do a lot. You know, you cut hair, you sing, you love sports, and then now there's also dance. Like, how did that like come into play?
Yeah, I think dancing came in a lot. Like growing up, I was always dancing at parties and whatnot, but it's like I'm doing like 3 moves at every single party.
What were the 3 moves?
What was it? There's one where it's like you fall down and you come back up and someone has you on a string. Like that one. I did that like I would have like multiple cousins like, oh, let's do it this time. It'll be cool. And then like we do it for like 2 seconds and then we dip out because we don't have any other moves.
Oh, that's it.
I think robot was in there. I guess the last of the 3 would be I think it was a crip walk.
You do a crip walk,
but
at a family
I didn't
party
know at the time. All I knew is that my feet were moving and it looked cool, and people were like, "Oh, that looks cool."
Crip walk's the one where can you look at my feet? Is that where you go like? Wait, can you do it?
I think, but I don't do that one.
What do you do?
It was like a crazy kid version of it, like it wasn't as uniform.
And were you wearing all blue?
No, not at all. I
gotta get in my outfit.
I thought that was just the name of the move. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Is that what it has a cool name?
Oh, you didn't know who the Crips were?
No, I was like, I'm a brown kid, but like at heart, I'm a white kid from Pleasant Hill. So Pleasant Hill represent. What's going on, y'all? But but yeah, man, I had no idea what the heck was going on outside of that. But yeah,
no family members were telling you like this is what gangsters do.
No, I was just like, I think I would do it to interrupt my brother and his friends playing games of Madden. I would just jump in front of the TV and start dancing just cause. Just
what
for
a
fun.
Crazy tactic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. they were there and I liked attention as a kid. So there you go.
Would do it because you wanted their attention or you wanted to play Madden?
I think it was just like, guys, look, watch this, but that was all.
Were you like the little sibling that when you were young enough, like, and you wanted to play video games, they would give you the controller, but it was unplugged?
Yes.
Oh, you were that kid?
Yes. And specifically, Martin.
Yeah.
So we were whenever there would be like a family function at Martin's house, they would be playing Super Smash on the GameCube. And I knew it was a GameCube, and I was like, what? I mean, like 4 or 5 years old. But like I was old enough to know like this is a GameCube, that is a PlayStation.
Yeah.
They would plug in the PlayStation controller in the back, and I'm just like, bro.
In the back of the GameCube?
I'm like, who am I? And they're like, you're that guy right there. I'm like, bro, I know all of these Bowser, Yoshi, Mario. Give me a name, but. Yes, I was.
That's so frustrating. I wonder what that does to like a kid's ego.
Oh gosh, I was so mad.
Well, because you're trying to correlate. I don't know. You're practicing your hand-eye coordination, and you don't know who the fuck you are.
Yes, even
so
more
messed up.
Well, I mean, I think I knew from the jump, so I was just like, I was like, are you sure? Like, there was a few times where like I trusted I had faith, and like, oh, maybe they are trying to let me play, and I'm like, how come this controller like. You guys have analogs. This one is like it's like gray and it's a different color and no. But then once I figured that that's what they were doing, they only did it to me like 3-4 times before I knew
before you caught on.
Exactly. I was like, get this out of here. But yeah.
How old are you now? You're 22, 23?
20.
You're 23, right?
24.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
I met you when you were 22.
Yeah.
Man, time flies, doesn't it?
Indeed.
Do you feel like you are your age? Do you feel like you are where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be?
I'd say so.
In what ways?
I think that at my age, just in general in society, there's a big thing about like I need to be doing blank right now, and I feel pretty comfortable in that. I'm happy where I am. I'm making money. I like what I do. I'm surrounding myself with people who I care about and that equally care about me. And if I don't, I'm like happily like sifting through. but yeah, and on top of that, I think the beauty in what I've come to learn the 20s are about. It's like learning adulting, and then knowing that mistakes will happen, and then appreciating the mistakes as they come, as opposed to like hounding on myself about them, because I also have friends and clients. Like, I work in a barbershop, so I get to hear people's growth process as well. And there's some people that are like so in the dumps about their current situation, or man, I wish things were like how they used to be, or oh, it's gonna be better when I have all this money to do blank. It's like just I think that I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm grateful for where I'm at. I'm excited for where I'm going. I am appreciative of what has been. But yeah, I feel like between all those things have definitely helped me to be present and at peace with my current age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think like young Jason, if young Jason were to like peek into the future and see you right now, what do you think he would be thinking? What do you think he would say? What do you think he would say to you?
I think he would have, if we had a conversation, I think it'd be different. But I think my expectations for myself were very, very high, different, like in regard to like financial respects. I really wanted to be like super loaded at 25.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, I got, super sick car, I got like 4 houses and whatever. And like, I don't need that. But as far as, at least I'd like to think, emotional maturity and like things I've learned, books I've read, like I'm actually, I'm pretty happy with myself. And I would like to think that younger me would also think that. So
yeah. Because I think about that often too. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. Like if younger me were to see me, I think he'd be proud in many ways. I think he'd be surprised. I don't think he would know what a podcast is, but I think he'd be surprised at like, oh wow, I could do that with my voice in terms of singing.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow. I think first thing is just like, oh wow, I lost all that weight.
Yeah.
Is what younger me would be thinking. And it's like a crazy thing that I like to ask people, because like I don't know how often other people think about it, but like how often do we take a step back and look at the journey? Because we're so focused on like the day to day and like the routine and monotony of like the day to day that like sometimes we got to congratulate ourselves on like the
wins,
2+ decades that we've been living, dude.
Yeah.
What are some of the wins that you like congratulate yourself on, like on a regular basis, just to like keep you afloat?
I would say, I think a big one is I'm in a happy relationship.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I love you guys.
That's a huge one.
I love you guys.
We love you.
Oh,
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, same.
Appreciate it. So that's a win too. What's like, would you say is like your proudest moment amongst all of these W's?
I think learning that being at peace is more, I don't want to say more valuable, but I would say in similar regards to being happy. Like I know, like for the longest I had being happy as such a high, like, oh, I need to be happy. Like if I'm sad, it's bad. Like I'm going to be, I call it toxic positivity. But I've learned that peace is like, okay, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be anxious or happy or nervous or excited, all that stuff. So I would say learning that, and that came from a book I read, The Power of Now. I recommend it if you guys are looking for inner peace. But yeah, from there, everything has been a lot more digestible, less nerve-wracking. The highs aren't too high, the lows aren't too low. But yeah, I would say that has definitely contributed to just my everyday life, and I see it as a huge win.
I like what you said, like it's okay to be sad. Because the way that I grew up, and the way that, you guys have only known me for like maybe 2.5 years, maybe 3 years now. I'm definitely a happy guy overall, that it's weird for me to not be that or anything less. That it's hard for me to come to peace with those days where I'm just like, oh, fuck, dude. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
Especially doing something like this where like I do it for like, not only for the authentic conversations, but like, with cameras on you kind of have to like force yourself to to be in the mode, in the pocket.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's a beautiful thing to like hear. Like, yeah, it's okay to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
To have anxiety, it's a normal thing.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. I think it's without that, then it wouldn't make the I'm calm.
Yeah.
It wouldn't validate it as much as, oh, well, you're always happy, so what's different? It's like, yeah, it kind of helps those other, what do you call it, smaller emotions be a little bit more powerful. But yeah, man.
Did you grow up? You grew up with a lot of men in your life, is the thing, right? There's a lot of guys in your family, right?
There are a lot of guys in the family, but a lot of them were raised by very powerful women. Yeah, strong women.
I love a matriarchy.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Love a matriarchy.
Yeah.
So you guys still live in like Concord right now.
Yeah.
And you guys, knowing you guys, I know you guys like have thought about like other places. What is it about, like, you guys like Concord, right? You guys are digging it. What is it about Concord what do you think is so charming about it?
It's diverse. I've lived in other places. I lived in Hawaii. I've lived up and down California, but this is my first time living in the Bay. And it's probably the most diverse area. And also I'm Mexican, so I feel very seen and heard. And like Concord is very much, majority brown people. And I'm like, sick. This is cool. I like this. And I feel comfortable. And everyone says hi to each other. They're very welcoming.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, this is nice.
Wow, for you to say that coming from like a place like Hawaii, where the destination oftentimes is Hawaii, and to come to like a place like the Bay Area, not even San Francisco, not even like somewhere like close to the water, like Concord. What are the big differences? Like why not Hawaii?
Yes, Hawaii, but also I think it's majority. Like, I'm gonna be real, when you don't fit in, you don't fit in. Like, for me at least. Because I grew up in a predominantly Asian area.
Interesting.
Yeah, and wealthy area. Asian and wealthy. And when you're not that, it's like, oh shit. So like, yeah, love to go back to Hawaii. I want him to live there so bad. I want him to experience it. I want him to see what it's like. Because you're on a fucking beautiful island, right? But also, it's cool until it's not.
Yeah.
So
you guys go pretty often too.
Yeah.
You'd fit in. I mean, people probably just think you're a local there too.
A lot of people do, and then they talk and they're confused.
Because you're not speaking Pidgin?
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, there's one time we were getting poke and like, what was I saying? I think we sampled a piece, like just a piece of poke, and I was like, damn, that was hella good.
Oh, and they're like, what did you say, brother?
And they're like, exactly. And I'm just like,
hello, what?
Like, oh, it's good, bro. Thanks, man.
It's funny because when we go, I'll speak Pidgin. Oh, how's it, auntie, uncle? And then you hear him. He's like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jason. Hi, how are ya? And I'm like, bro, what the? And they just stare at me because I look more pale than him. And I'm like,
and I feel bad, like turning it on. Like I don't talk like that. So it's like, why would I not? And like, like if there's situations where it's like, I guess it's like with titas and like lolas and whatnot too. Like I'll turn on a little bit of an accent just so it's easier to understand. Because sometimes it's not even about like, oh, I'm trying to talk like you. It's just like I want you to be able to digest what I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, sometimes I'll do it, but like I'm very sparing with it because I don't want to mess up either or disrespect.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I would say never turn on a switch ever, really, unless it's like really subconscious, right? But if you're consciously like turning on like your Pidgin switch, you probably shouldn't be.
It's like on and off in conversation. Yeah.
But I'll do that thing with like the Filipino accent too, with like aunties and uncles.
Yeah.
That would be like, and I would just say the word it's the same English word, but if you say it in an accent, they're gonna understand it. And
yes,
like, it works
for some reason.
Yeah,
but as long as they're comfortable.
Do you think Filipino aunties and uncles, they think in an accent? No, they must think in their native language, right? Right? I mean, they're like, instead of them saying like, oh, this is what I have to do today, they're just like, nandito ako sa bahay ko.
Maybe. I mean, there's this comedian named Russell Peters.
Oh yeah, I know.
And he had done a bit talking about how I think he was talking about someone speaking Spanish, and it was like when you talk to someone who speaks Spanish as their native language, or just like any person, it's like it has to register in the foreign language and then translate, and then okay, now I know it in my country of origin language, and okay, now I have to respond, but let me translate it in my head again and then shoot it back out.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I feel like part of it is that sounds more accurate to me as far as like the thinking, the lines of thinking in the head.
Wow. Yeah. I think you're right too. I mean, like I'm afraid to go to like the Philippines. I mean, I'm not afraid. I'd be excited, but like I would want to like try my best to speak the language, but it's going to be the similar thing of just like, but they all know English there.
They all know English. It's crazy you brought that up because I went there and I actually did some homework. I think I had like 40 phrases or something, like just in Tagalog ready.
What are the phrases? Let's go.
Oh
Let's
gosh, I can't remember now. They got to be fresh, but like
Nasaan yung comfort room mo?
Yeah.
They say comfort room, right?
CR.
That's wild.
Not comfort room.
They
CR.
could say CR, but they can't even say AC. They say aircon.
Yeah.
Wow, things are flipped, man.
Right. But yeah, man. And there's a point where I think I had said the word paumanhin, which is supposed to be like sorry, like hey sorry, like real quick, like not like I'm sorry, but like hey sorry bro, real quick, like I was under the impression that's what I was saying, and then I had said it, and then I was with a friend who grew up in her youth out there, moved over here, went to high school with her, and then we went back out there. She was in college at the time, and I had said that, and she goes, dude, like what are you saying? Like in that tone of voice. And I'm like, I was just getting his attention. And she was like, no, bro. And then she just goes, Kuya, can we get some more water, please? And then and it was like, I was like, what's happening? She's like, just speak English, bro. They speak English over here. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, so did I read all this stuff for nothing?
So, okay, because I was afraid that you were going to say that, like, and I was, the entire time I was saying the wrong thing.
No.
Like, I was saying, fuck you, it was just.
Nah.
It's because they were, like, weirded out. Yeah, so do some Filipinos take it offensively, like, when you speak Tagalog to them, as opposed to just, like, hey, speak English to me, it's in the curriculum?
So from what I was told, I'll just tell you what I was told, because I don't want to make it like they were just like, oh bro, we're educated.
Oh,
and I was just like,
so it's condescending to speak to them in their interest.
So I was like, I was like, okay. I was like,
dude, because I talked to the custodial workers like at my job in Tagalog.
Yeah.
And it's not to like make it like an ease of comfort for them, you know, like not that I don't think they know English. They for sure know English.
Oh, for sure.
One, it's for me to practice, and two, it's like I think it's kind of like, I don't know, like a sign of respect, like like hey, like I want to speak in our in our native tongue, I'm fucking from there.
Were you practicing?
I'm
that's
practicing.
your intention,
And I'll say phrases. I'll still talk to them in English and whatnot. But now I'm scared because they must be thinking this entire time, this guy doesn't think I know fucking English.
I don't think it's that. I think it's part of it was like American in Philippines. So I think that could have been a perspective as well.
Yeah.
But
dude, imagine if we were born there. Like that would be like we're so lucky to be not only born in the US, but born in California.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean like it takes a lot to come to California. Like this morning I was listening to my workout playlist played California Girls. Like I wish they could, that kind of California.
Okay.
That one.
Not California.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Okay. Undeniable. If you're working out to Katy Perry.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Oh man,
I mean,
yeah, Daisy Dukes on top.
The fact I was listening to that one, I don't know if that's much better, but like regardless, like I was just thinking about it more. I was like, dude, a lot of people come to California, like opportunity, yes, but like, man, you really got to be, it's a different kind of attitude if you're coming to California from elsewhere in the world. Because, we'll go to, I mean, you could move to somewhere in the Midwest or somewhere on the East Coast, but like, not that California is like, oh, it's the best one, but like, it's newer, it's, tech, there's a lot of tech over here, there's a lot of diversity over here. So yeah.
And everything's nearby.
Exactly.
Like I feel bad that I complain that, oh man, I gotta drive to the city. And the city's less than an hour away.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Like it's like 2 bridge tolls. Yeah, that fucking sucks. And the
Yeah.
gas and sometimes traffic. But it's truly not that bad to see what is claimed to be one of the greatest cities on earth.
Yeah.
There's a lot of feces on the ground. So, I mean, there's a lot of like debate there.
Yeah. Get some power washers for it, you know?
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. You know, there's a game out there called Power Washer Simulator.
Yes. I think I've seen it scrolling through Instagram or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's like because like the video games are going through this weird virtual reality type thing. It's not even VR, but it's kind of just like, lawnmower simulator. We got that. Like just in case I didn't want to mow my own lawn.
Simulator too.
Stop. There is.
Yeah.
Whoa. Like I could get this on the PlayStation.
I think it's an Apple game. I think it's on iPhone.
So what how does that work?
I don't know. To be honest, I was about to download it, but I was
You
like,
should.
I should, but I'm like,
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I do it for work. I'm like,
That'd
I'm
be
not gonna...
so funny, or I don't know. Like
I
here,
guess.
you know what you should do is when you're cutting someone's hair, and they're kind of being they just don't get it. You know, they're like
Okay.
moving around a lot or they're not
Okay.
conversing. You should make them play that game so that they understand a little bit.
You know what? I'm gonna have to do that.
Make them play it as you're cutting them. You know,
Right.
dude, you gotta try that. I'm so curious.
Whoever finishes first pays for the cut.
Oh,
That'd be nuts.
That'd be nuts. I mean, I don't know if you should give them that power.
Yeah, maybe not.
They
We'll not
should
do
just
that.
pay for the cut. Period.
There you go.
Yeah, what do you think, like, what are some, if you were the creator of this game, what are some aspects you would put into it?
Oh, nice. I would say I really like the details. I think the details are like the beauty of barbering. Like what I mean when I say that is in the game it is very general in that here is your template and then here are your tools. And it's like 3 tools.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them are like adjustable or anything. And like
So there's shears,
yeah.
there's clippers
Yeah.
with no guards.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop. That'd
So
be
it's
so
like-
difficult.
It's like bald, gray area, and length are like the 3 choices. So it's you kind of just gotta follow the silhouette. So it's like I understand the premise of the game, but like if I were to what is it, Tony Hawk Underground? Is that what it is? Like,
Yeah.
when he had to like, okay, this is how a haircutting game should be made, like kind of like that attitude toward it. Yeah, I would say making sure you can like have like different brands of clippers and you can, and I don't know,
Dude,
like, you know,
you're onto something because like imagine like that's what you're sponsored by, but because you know like how
yeah.
actual brands like sponsor some video games that are realistic. Like there has to be, you know, is Nike or Adidas affiliated with any of the 2K games?
I think they are, yeah.
Yeah, imagine if your favorite clipper brand was
Yeah.
tied into it.
That'd be fun.
How about you, Kayla? Like if they were to come up with like a video game, like a simulator that's more in like your realm, what would it be called? What aspects would you put into it?
Oh God. For like more of like curly hairstyling.
Yeah. Oh, man, that'd be
shit.
crazy. Curly hair, like
Yeah.
what would it be called?
Oh God.
Curly hair simulator, curly hair salon simulator. I don't know.
Something like that. I feel like add-on wise though, for sure, you're sitting there and you're figuring out how to diffuse your fucking hair.
Oh,
You're doing that shit. Yeah. So you get the blow dryer with the little. You get different blow dryers. You get different attachable things
That's
to
fair.
it. You get
Different
different
temperatures.
Yeah, different textures.
Whoa.
Yeah, from like super tight coily hair to like loose waves and people that think they have curly hair but really they have straight hair.
Mm-hmm. Oh, then you would have to deal with like the different types of personalities that sit in the chair too.
Someone who wants to leave, someone that's willing to stay forever.
Yeah, like let's say like an easier level would be like cutting some hair in like let's say cutting hair in Concord is an easier level than cutting hair in like Walnut Creek, right? Snob level goes up, right?
Oh, yeah.
I work in Walnut Creek, so I see like the wealthy ladies where I work, it's a luxury. That's what the stylist I assist for. She's like, this is a fucking luxury. You're paying big bucks. I'm like, yeah, you are.
That's fair.
Yeah, the fuck
Oh,
you
all
are.
these like single moms that shop at Neiman Marcus.
Yes.
Yeah,
Crazy.
They're
Well,
just like
Crazy.
I was thinking of snob level, and I don't know if you ever played those games where it's like like the cooking ones.
Oh,
Have
like
you played this?
Overcooked?
Like kind of like Overcooked.
Cooking Mama?
Like the SpongeBob one.
Yeah, kind of like the SpongeBob one. So
Diner Dash?
there we
Yeah.
go. Diner
Okay,
Dash.
like that. Yeah,
So
yeah.
kind of like that. Like you know how when people come to the what do you call it? Just the
Like the counter.
Yeah, the counter.
Yeah.
It's like they have like a meter that fills up on like how pissed off they're gonna
Oh,
be about
yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna tip you less if you take too long.
Mm-hmm.
I think I
Wow,
was
it would
thinking
be
of
like that.
That would go faster. If,
Yeah, because she's already late to go pick up her son, her 12-year-old son,
Yeah.
her disgruntled son because
Yes.
upset that their parents split. Yeah, something like
They
that.
need the food done before you got there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to go pick up my food from tossed salad, tossed greens, tossed salad. That's a porn site, I'm sure.
Sweet greens or
Sweet
something?
greens.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Damn, that'd be nuts.
That'd be nuts.
I'd play that game. I would play any simulator that would make me understand what
That's fair.
the other person is doing.
That's fair.
You know, like I want people to understand what I do so that when they come, like, you understand what I do because I talk to you about this podcast all
Yeah.
the time when you're cutting my hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I would want to I want to be a good person that you're cutting when you're cutting my hair. So it'd be easy to understand if I were to play a barbering game like that.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. What are some of the hardest experiences of like what you do? Like I know you love you guys love what you do, but there's tough part. Is it the people sometimes? Is it really just the people rather than the actual craft?
I would say people's a lot of it. Mind you, I think learning the craft was difficult. I'm just like learning anything. But I think once all your skills are kind of refined, excuse me. Once your skills are kind of like you've been doing it for a while, you've had a lot of time on task, you've been able to refine your process. It's pretty simple. I think the tough part is I would say like stuff like scheduling and making sure you're exactly on time. Like not that it's hard to like, okay, I'm going to show up for my appointment on time, but sometimes people will show up late and then I have to like condense the amount of time I spend on their hair. And it's like, I don't want to cut them short.
It snowballs.
Exactly. And then now I'm bumping another 15 minutes into my next client and I'm like, I'm like hoping that it's not going to take too long. So it's like, I'll be like, hey bro, it's only going to take like a couple more minutes. And then sometimes it'll turn to like 15 more minutes. And it's like, if they have somewhere to be, then I don't want to disrespect their time. But on that same note, like I don't want a poor product walking around and I cut that hair, I'm not just going to be like, oh yeah, you were late, so I'll see you next time. And then, now that's my work walking around. But yeah, I would say a lot of it is the, I guess as you said, dealing with people part. But yeah, I mean, people are people. I'm also, the cool part is I feel less bad when I need to adjust schedules or something like that because people are also, like if they're late last time, that's like, I'm not that I'm keeping count, but it's like, okay, like, oh, you were late last time, so I'm going to be late this time. It's like, no, we're not doing that. But, just understanding that people are people and they got lives going on. So, yeah, that would be probably the more challenging part.
Dude, you're so understanding. You're such an understanding person. I know I'm a nice guy, but you might my competition is, you're my competition for like really nice. Because like, I feel like my patience has thinned as I've gotten older, which is nuts.
I mean, I would say my patience is still like I don't stand for too much bullshit. Like if I know that something is not good for me, like I'm not gonna stick around in like a bad situation too long. But I will be understanding nonetheless, just because, like I said, we're all people. But if I know that you're blatantly just not being considerate or just disrespecting others along with myself, it's like, all right, we're not gonna do that anymore.
Who's the first person that you ever cut?
First person I ever cut was my little cousin TJ.
And how'd that go?
It went.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. I mean, I'm sure there are pictures of what that haircut looked like somewhere.
What did he ask for, or did you say like, "Yo, I just need to practice"? He didn't ask.
Well, I mean,
he was asleep.
So shaved his head. No, my aunt had asked, or my aunt was actually everybody's barber. Cut TJ's older brother, younger brother, and then like 3 other cousins that are in that age range. And I had asked her, I was like, oh, you must be so tired doing that. Like, and I was saying it like that because I was like, it looks fun. I was like, I want to try. But I was like, I was trying to like sell her on allowing me to put clippers to her kid's head. And it worked out. And she was like, you know what? I kind of don't really like doing it. So sure, go ahead, cut his hair. And then it could have been better, but I mean, it wasn't awful.
What were you aiming for?
I think it was.
I'm gonna do a taper on you. I'm gonna do some shear work.
It was some kind of fade for sure, and it was cool because they all had buzz cuts anyway. So it was like you can only mess up a buzz cut so bad.
Yeah, like it's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
like,
maybe a couple lines here or there, but it's like, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
Wear a hat if it's that bad.
There you go. And then once it grows out, like maybe like a week or 2, then it's like it looks the same anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, TJ was the first one I ever cut.
And you fell in love with it ever since?
I liked when it turned out good. I mean,
when was the moment that you realized like I'm good at this shit?
I would say in barber school. In barber school, I really got to see where my skill set stacked up against like the rest. Mind you, it's other students as well. But it was nice to know that there were some people that go through the process of they get really, really, really good before they enter school so that they just have to get their license and they could go to a shop. And then there's some folk who were kind of my route of like, I've cut like a few heads here or there, but haven't really had a lot of opportunity to refine the craft. Like it was like maybe one haircut every like 3 weeks or so that I did. So it was very minimal. But I would say right when we started on the floor at barber school, I was able to like look to my left and right to see kind of what other people were doing, and then to see like where my work stacked up against. And I was like, okay, like I'm in the upper echelon, at least, mind you, small
pond,
pool.
big fish.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Wow. I think, I mean, it's always a nice feeling when that happens. When I first started publicly displaying my singing, it was like in high school. And there was like no other singers. And so, my ego was still humbled because I was still an insecure kid. But like in terms of singing, I was just like, I think I'm pretty good at this because like, people are liking it, like I got to do this and that. And then I went to community college and I was just like, oh, this is where much better people are. Yeah. And then I went to like Davis. I was just like, oh, there's even better people here.
Yeah.
Like, there's people that study music here. So it's always like humbling, like it's always dope to get that first feeling.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you have to like, once again, I mean, you just told me downstairs that you're gonna be moving. So
yeah.
You're gonna be moving shops, and you're seeking opportunity, and you got to go to places where you're gonna grow.
Exactly. I think just to your point about just like being around other people that are really good, it's cool to have that feeling again in the small pond, but like as you up the pond that you're in, and like bigger fish come around, it's cool to know that at each level, like you can improve to a higher level at each one, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to do at the next spot. So yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, love it. Love to hear it. What's the goal, dude? What's like not even just with like barbering? What's just what's Jason's goal, man? Whatever that looks like, it doesn't have to be a specific answer.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think it is?
I mean, I call it my Thanos retirement plan.
That's so funny.
Of him just,
just at the cost of like millions of lives. That's great, dude. Yeah, just kill half the planet.
Not doing that.
3.5 billion.
I'm impressed that you know the number. But for myself, man, I think my biggest goal is just to, I guess, just add value to the circles that I'm in. That's definitely one of them. I think that I want to do a lot with barbering. I want to have a shop. I want to have some kind of academy, like advanced hair academy. I want to see other barbers have success, and I want to see good barbers in the world. Not that the ones that are coming out are bad, but we were talking about it a little bit before, in that, like, okay, are you a specialist or is it all you know how to do?
Mm-hmm.
So if we can produce like a whole bunch of folk who are eager to learn, if you don't want to learn, then do your thing. But if you're eager to learn and you could do everything, now you can service your clients however they want to be serviced, right? So I want to be able to do that with I'll probably do the academy out of the barbershop that I open. And then other than that, man, I have the financial work. I want that to do well because I know there's no access. I'm pretty confident in saying no access to financial education, at least from K to 12. Yeah. And then even in college, I have some friends that have studied accounting telling me that, man, it's great that I know this stuff, but there's still a lot of stuff that I feel like I don't know. So to share that information with people, just help people out more. And then kind of once that purpose is fulfilled in helping people, I really just want to have a big garden. I want to learn how to cook better. I feel like I'm a decent cook, but I want to be able to feed my kids good food, feed my my family good food, and sing songs together and enjoy life. And hey, I know your birthday's coming up. Let's go on a trip to the Bahamas, or let's you've been wanting to go to Disney. Let's go to Disneyland, and it's all on me. Just come. Stuff like that would be really cool. Just because I love my people and I want to show that to them. So
it sucks that money's a thing.
Money is a thing.
I mean, like, since the dawn of time, there's always been some form of currency, right?
Yep.
I mean, maybe like not as early as caveman shit, but we were just out hunting mammoths and shit. But yeah, it sucks that does get in the way of just happiness,
Yeah.
Or it's not necessarily in the way, but that it's part of that journey.
Yeah.
Because it'd be dope if we could just wake up and do what we love every single day. Huh?
Yeah, man. And there's a lot of goals and dreams that I have, and I'm sure you have, and unfortunately it's going to take a lot of money to do, I'm sure, a lot of those things. So, but as long as you know how to attack it and you're knocking down the small ones and leading to the big ones later, you'll be all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it. You know how these episodes end, my friend.
Yes, sir.
I just told you downstairs exactly what we're going to do. Kayla, feel free to chime in to the improv scene if you'd like to do it.
Sounds good.
You could say as much as you'd like. The way that this goes is that the improv scene could be about anything and everything having to do with the episode that we talked about.
Cool.
Or it doesn't have to be about it at all. It could just be off the top of the dome completely.
Cool.
Any questions before we begin? Peoples.
Get to it.
Let's get to it. Without further ado, baddies, ladies and gentlemen, it can't be that bad. All right, team huddle. Come on, huddle time. All right, Jason, I love what you're doing out there. You're cutting left real sharp, and you're cutting right real deep. Kayla, killing it. Absolutely. This is a great game of football.
Yes.
That we have out there.
Yeah.
Youth football is very serious, and I do not take this as a joke at all.
Not at all.
You're my best 6-year-old out there. Kayla, you're my best 5-year-old out there.
6.5, coach.
Yeah, 6.5. I know your birthday's in July. Kayla, I know you're 5 3/4 and your birthday's next month. We're going to do just fine. So right now, the tiny little toddlers from Pittsburgh kicking our asses.
Yeah.
They got Tiny Timmy that they say that he's 8 years old.
He looks at least
Fuck
9.
that 38-year-old.
Fuck that 38-year-old. Let's say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Fuck that 38-year-old. No, that kid's on steroids for sure.
I think it's a coach disguised as a kid.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, dude, have you seen his stubble?
Yeah.
But how is he 4'9"?
No, I have no clue. Yeah, that's for sure needs a handicap placard.
Got his
Sure.
knees done for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Reverse, though. It's weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how that works. Okay, what are your guys' strategies? Let's help me out.
All right. So I think we should run really fast the whole time.
The whole time. What's the end goal there, Jason?
Just run really fast.
Love it. Okay, Kayla, what do you got?
Head to the chest.
Head to the chest. Everyone loves a good headbutt.
Yes.
Because you know what they say. If it's not a good headbutt, then you're a butt head.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Correct.
At the same time, butt head. 1, 2, 3.
Butt head.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's see how you guys do. And break.
And break.
Break.
Cut back to the next huddle. You guys fucked it up. What happened?
So I ran really fast, and I put my butt on their head.
I don't. Yeah. It was assault. There's a red flag out there.
Did you fart on him? I think I saw you fart on him.
I forgot.
He has pink eye.
Yes,
Pink eye doesn't occur that fast, but at the rate at which you farted,
I think so.
I think you actually had to defecate, Jason.
I think I had a racing stripe, but it's more of like a racing lane right now.
I see. Kayla,
Yeah.
what did you do out there?
Did you see that? See what I did?
Yeah, you moonwalked. You moonwalked backwards away from the goal line. It didn't.
I hate football.
I
Why
don't
am
know
I here?
why are you here?
My mom made me
and
be
dad
here.
signed me up.
What
Yeah.
do your parents just like they both do football or something?
I want to do ballet, and
wanna
this
do
is the
ballet?
bullshit I do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, you
I
should
think they have nacho boats
what
on the sideline.
right now.
Should we go fuck it up right now? Let's go munch.
We're
My
in the middle
mom
of
gave
the
me
game.
$20 for after. I kept it underneath my thigh pad right here.
Come on, or it's the third down
Yeah,
on the 4th inning.
we're gonna score all the 3-pointers.
All the 3-pointers.
I think I hear the ref going, goal!
Goal. Yeah. Cut to the next huddle. All right, Kayla, you double dribbled. And Jason, you goaltended.
Did you see me? I was like Steph Curry out there.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, you were shooting from the half court. I don't know why you jumped and threw the football like a basketball, but it was wild.
And it worked.
And my goal is to be like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you bit someone out there. You bit someone's ear off.
Yep.
Yes.
That's the kind of energy I'm actually looking for.
And now you're ready to fight a younger cat who is very popular on TikTok.
What? Who's on TikTok?
Well, Jake Paul is on the other team, and you're Mike Tyson, so we better score.
Dude,
Hey.
Jake Paul's it should not be in youth football. That's the 36-year-old there?
That's the one with the stubble.
That's Jake Paul?
I didn't know he
Yes.
got knee surgery.
Yeah,
Wow.
reverse knee surgery.
Reverse knee surgery.
You would think people would want to be taller, but
Well, he better fuck around and find out.
exactly.
Cut back to the cut to the next huddle. All right, guys. This time, you guys just started biting everyone. It was wild. It was just like you guys, like they're bleeding out there. There's actually an ambulance.
I broke my mouthpiece, so I needed something else to bite on.
I don't know if it works like that, Jason. We could have just gotten you another mouthpiece. Kayla, what did you do out there?
You know, I still like to moonwalk.
You still moonwalked with an ear in your mouth.
And that's my skill. That's what I do to this team. This is what I bring.
That's her new mouthpiece.
Yeah.
That's her new mouthpiece.
Yes.
Just ear cartilage.
Good cartilage.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Protein through the rest of the game.
Cut to juvenile hall. I'm talking through the glass to both Jason and Kayla. All right, guys, there was nothing I could have done in court to really protect you guys because it was all recorded by multiple mothers and fathers out there that you guys just started cannibalizing on these children.
This glass looks thin. I think I can run really fast and headbutt it.
It's not that's not the game. It's not the game, Jason. We're right. This is real stuff. This is juvenile hall. Kayla, what do you have
okay.
to say for yourself?
I also bit an ear off in juvie, so
Oh, that's blood on your mouth.
you know.
I
That's
can't
what
hear
that
you
is.
It's not
through this
barbecue
ear
sauce.
now.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
This is the moment where Jason and Kayla fell in love. And they look at each other deep into their eyes and wipe the blood off of each other's mouths from biting.
Can I have my
juvie
ear
ears
back?
off.
Oh, here.
And till death do them part.
There it is.
All right, end scene.
Scene.
Perfect. That's a beautiful love story, guys.
I love juvie.
Youth
It's funny.
football.
Youth
football, Mike
Mike
Tyson.
Tyson juvie.
There we go. How did we get here?
I don't know. That's a really good improv scene. I was so happy. That was
good.
so
That was a
funny.
good one.
That was good. Like structurally, honestly, really good.
Yeah, we kept it going.
That was good.
We need to do this every week.
What, improv?
Yeah.
You could do it? All right, let's start our own improv youth football team.
Curves.
Yeah. The only way you could get in the house is if you bring me a new ear.
This is fair. This is fair.
Jason, Kayla, thank you for coming through 'Twas a good time. I knew it was going to be such an insightful, delightful conversation as always. Before we get out of here, please look into the barrel of your camera and tell the listeners, tell the baddies where they can find you, what they have to look forward to if they want to get cut by you or if they just want to reach out.
Cool. My Instagram is at Jabba the Barber. If you guys want to book an appointment with me for a haircut, just go ahead and click on the link in my bio. If you guys just want to message me in my DMs, I'm also very down for that. Yeah, it's good.
Dope. Kayla, do you want to plug your stuff while you're here?
At Mother of Curls.
At Mother of Curls. If you guys want to look good, hit these people up. I guarantee you will not regret it. They do a good job for both me and my lady, and I love them both very much.
As we do you.
Thank you so much. Baddies, listeners, you guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the podcast because you're already here. One more time, Jason, leave the listeners with a phrase of saying some final words for them that they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be.
Beautiful. Thank you for coming through, y'all. I love you guys. Until next time, baddies, peace.
Can't be that bad, oh.